Yeah, but still using that as the excuse is shitty
really
as
shitty.
fuck.
Yeah. You got to find a way to atone or you will burn in hell. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
And so we were just kind of clicking around on Hulu or Netflix and wherever trying to find different things to watch. And we found one like have you ever watched Chopped? Like the cooking show?
Yeah.
We found a show that was like Chopped, but it was for blacksmiths.
Oh.
And
I
I
had like a Gordon Ramsay.
They were like all blacksmiths and they had to create like this certain type of sword from mythology, and it was fine, but it quickly became one of those things where it's like this is like fun, except for the fact that like it was like just it was just very like kitschy. Like it was fun for a little bit, but the novelty wore off really quickly, so we were like, let's find something else.
Well, were they being kitschy or were they really into it?
They're super into it. Like they are professional blacksmiths, you know, but I was just like, I don't care about this.
Well, you don't blacksmith.
I'm not a blacksmither. No. Although watching it, I was like, I could do that. Like I could fully forge like a sword if someone gave me the right materials. And then we decided to watch Love on the Spectrum, which we've talked a lot about dating shows, reality TV shows, but I had never seen one like this. So it was made originally in Australia.
It's reality?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a reality TV show made originally in Australia, and it recently dropped on Netflix in the United States and the United Kingdom. And it's like very quickly becoming a very talked about show with mixed reviews. Mm-hmm. But basically it follows a series of autistic people ranging from the age, I think the youngest I saw was 19, somewhere in their late 20s. And it's basically like talking about their desire to find love. And I thought the show was really interesting because, one, I've never seen a dating show like this, a reality TV show like this, where the focus is people with disability, right? Because you always see like hot, able-bodied people.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Right, who look like they're just like literally plucked out of like the trendiest nightclub. And these are just like everyday people living with autism. And I think they all pretty much, like, autism is obviously a spectrum and these people are very high functioning, but they also were talking pretty in depth about like the struggles that they go through, where one of the girls who was 19 was like, I was dating someone until I told him he was autistic, and he basically after that was like, I don't want to date someone who's disabled. And she was like, that really hurt and it was really hard, and now I only really want to be dating disabled people, someone who understands what I'm going through, because otherwise, like, I don't know that they're just not just gonna walk away like that first person did.
That's fucking horrible. Go to hell.
I know. What a terrible thing.
Burn in hell.
Well, and it's also one of those things where like they had already been dating for a while before she said she was autistic.
Right,
and
so
it's like,
he
dude,
obviously
you
liked
literally
her.
couldn't even tell. And now that you know, you're upset about it.
Unless it was his way of breaking up with her.
Yeah, but still using that as the excuse is shitty
really
as
shitty.
fuck.
Yeah. You got to find a way to atone or you will burn in hell. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
And I thought it was like, part of what I liked about it too was like, it is an interesting way to look into the dating experience for non-able-bodied people to see what the difficulties are, because like obviously you have the social judgment, but you too, for people with autism, some of them have a much harder time reading other people's emotions or knowing like when it's okay to make these jokes or like what kind of jokes are going to play well.
It impedes their communication, which is like the thing that ruins couples the most, I feel.
Oh yeah, I mean, communication is like a terrible thing that everyone faults with, and they have a really, like, some of them have a very hard time just reading emotions like on a base level, or
really tough.
Have a more blunt communication style, which makes it seem crass or like harsh. But it was funny watching one of the dates, because they were so open, because they ended up setting up the 19-year-old with another boy with autism, and just like right off the bat they were just like totally comfortable sharing everything. And I don't know if it was because that's just their style of communication or they wanted to go in with such like an open mind. But one thing I thought was really cool is they hired a relationship coach and psychologist. Her name is Dr. Elizabeth Logson, and she basically takes them through a series of boot camps that were developed at the UCLA Peers Clinic to help each of the people learn how to be a better friend and how to be more than a friend. So kind of walking them through different social like niceties to help them understand like what these relationships are actually going to be and set boundaries and like expectations for that,
it's
which
like
I thought was kind of cool
for relationships, like
which honestly everyone should go through.
I was about to say, yeah.